Welcome, gents, to another real talk where I'm going to explain to you why I achieve every goal I set for myself and you do not. Okay, the truth to it is very fucking simple. You don't want it as much as I do. Okay, so that's the simplest answer to that question. You really don't want it more than I do, and your actions prove so because you can see it for yourself. For example, I'm locked in as fuck. I work 10 hours a day, sometimes less, sometimes more, depends. But I do everything I want. I set for myself that specific day. I do every single thing, and then I actually leave the house. Okay, you have to be, you have to realize that this playground of day trading and succeeding at it and completing your goals in general is not to fuck around. You can't fuck around inside of this playground. You have to be locked in and you have to be doing everything you fucking can until basically you just have to smash out every single task you have in the day, be locked in as fuck, and do whatever it takes for you to complete all of your tasks that you have for the day. I do that every single day, and I always do more than I actually can. I always set more things in my day that would mean I have to work 24/7 for me to be able to complete every single task I have. But what I do is I get all these tasks onto my app for tracking these things, and then basically I set multiple of them and I set priorities. Okay, so this and this is number one priority. When I wake up, when I brush my teeth and stuff, and I sit down, I'm gonna start with this and I'm gonna keep going at it until I actually complete this specific task. Then what's the next task? Okay, maybe I go eat in between, take a rest in between for 15-20 minutes, go outside a little bit, enjoy the sun, and then lock in on the second task. Just go at it and no excuses at all. Just be locked in like you never. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, it's hard for you to do this, but you have to realize that if you want to succeed at this, you have to do what you are uncomfortable with. You cannot be really comfortable and just succeed at life. That's not how it works. You have to put yourself out there. For example, you're shy in front of a camera. I was too once. Then I realized, who the fuck even gives, who cares, bro? Just sit down and do what you have to do. Okay, lock the fuck in. That goes for everything. It's not going to be comfortable backtesting for 5 hours today, for example. It's not going to be comfortable. You don't really want it, but you have to do that in order for you to create basically a bulletproof model that you have data to back. So that's what I'm doing right now. When I was starting out, I had results when I started trading this Mac model, and it didn't really require me to. I mean, I did backtest, but it didn't really require me to actually sit down backtest for a shit long of time and then start trading it. Basically, I had the results, so I thought it's not necessary to backtest. But obviously, at some point you will get smacked in the face for not doing that, and I did. So now I'm fixing that. I'm backtesting 5 hours a day at least, so I can get as much data as possible, and I can figure out what's the best thing for my model. Okay, once you get that base where you backtested your model for 5 years is low, for like 25 years across multiple pairs, then you have a solid base, and then you can go and see what to do from there. Maybe you can change this a little bit and then spend some time again, backtest the shit out of that new thing you popped up into, see if it's better. If it's not better, you are not implementing it. If it's a little bit better, you are still not implementing it because it doesn't really, it has to make a serious change for you to consider making a full switch in your live trading, of course. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm backtesting a shit ton of data so that I have this data, and then I know with this data that this is a valid change on how I trade. Okay, obviously I'm not going to change my model, but I can change some things that will get me a slightly better edge, or maybe lose a slightly better edge. There's always these small changes you can make, and they will either get you a slightly better edge or a slightly worse edge depending on the thing. That's why you have to backtest and find out why this specific thing. For example, if I'm going to trade only London, I need to backtest as much data as possible to find out, okay, London only actually is the best thing, and that's why I'm trading London only. Okay, so you have to do that to be able to get to a point where you have a base for everything, and you can then test some things while you trade that base that you created with the backtesting. And then you can see eventually maybe you create something very nice, maybe you increase your win rate with something, maybe you create a rule for something, instead of taking 2 trades you take 1, blah blah, and you make your trading bulletproof. Okay, and that's when you actually just, once you get to that point, it is hard though, because you actually have to spend like 5 to 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, where you actually just refine the fuck out of the model. Then you actually sit down and say, yeah, this is peak. I just created the best thing ever, and now all I have to do is just trade every day this specific way, because I know that this specific way is the best way to trade this specific model, and you are chilling. Then you can go into other places in your life. Maybe you can attack something else. Once you succeed at day trading, maybe you want to succeed at something else. Maybe you want to create another business. You can do a lot of stuff with your life, but the thing is, you have to stay consistent, and you have to have some kind of passion for work, at least. So obviously I know some traders that actually just trade and then they chill and do nothing else, or just enjoy their life, and that's completely fine. I mean, if you are happy with, just for example, you take a trade, leave it, and then go to the beach, go to the gym, whatever, that's completely fine. They're living their best life. My best life at the moment is, of how I know it, while I'm young, while I'm young and I can actually put in the work, I want to work. That's my perfect life. I want to work from different places in the world, just because I enjoy this shit. Genuinely, I enjoy waking up at 8 a.m., let's say, do my morning routine, sit at the desk at 9 a.m., sit on the call with the boys, trade, lock in on backtesting, and then lock in on content and stuff like I'm doing now. And it just, that's what makes me happy. Later down the line, of course, you have to have balance in your life for a little bit, so you have to, obviously, depends on what person you are, but I like spending time with my girlfriend later in the day. Once I'm done with all the work, I like going to the gym later in the day. I like walking around, just going to the beach late in the day after I finish everything, because I'm sure you can like correlate with this. I think this is the same for every like business person or someone who is trying to succeed at something. It is very hard to be able to enjoy things that are normal things, for example, the beach, for example, going out with your girlfriend, spending time with family, if you haven't completed all of what you wanted to complete for the day, okay? Or at least the main priority tasks. That's why I do it so. I wake up in the morning, smash out to work, every single thing I need to do, and then I'm fine, I'm at peace, and I can actually, if I want to go do something else I like, and then I won't get bothered by, oh fuck, this task is in my head and I didn't complete it. Okay, so now I'm thinking about that, where I'm supposed to be, instead of thinking about it, I'm supposed to be fully present with the person I am right now, or fully present in that moment at the beach, for example, or anything like that. So yeah, this is basically, just wanted to poke you guys a little bit to get locked in and actually smash it out. And please prove to me that you want it more than me, okay? Work more than me, and probably you'll get more than me, far away from me, but I'm not gonna let you do that, of course. I'm locked in as well.